And you are welcome. Good evening, everybody out there. This is, of course, The Black Table. My name is Mazino Appeal, and for another Friday evening when we gather around our watering hole to talk, as men do, we want to welcome you into our world. Well, guess what? We have some very, very interesting gentlemen here. Two very handsome ones, actually. To my right, we have, of course, Mr. Jude, okay, in the building.
Hello. Good to be here.
Who, by the way, looks very different from what he looks like on television. You look better, is what I mean.
Thank you.
Honestly, you do.
Thank you.
And let's not forget now, Mr. Khalid is in the building.
What's up, guys?
We got him out of the NYSC camp early, so he's got about... before the curfew hits, he's going to be in here with us.
I'll let you have that one.
Well, good to have you here. He's not so important, but he's behind me. We try to drag him in here as frequently as we can because we love his energy, not because he's anything. Mr. Gang, G-A-N-G, in the building.
Haters.
We missed you last week, actually.
I was here in spirit.
Yeah.
But I caught the show.
You caught the show? Okay, well, that's good. Good to have you here. Well, so that's our day is for today. Do stay tuned. It's nighttime, and this is when the creeps come out to play. That means you're a creep too. I'm sorry. Let's get this started. We'll be right back inside of the Black Table. And you're welcome back. It is the Black Table. Let's get started. Guys, first off, want to say welcome. I'm hoping that this will not be the last time we'll be having you guys on the show. Let me just start from the end of the show already.
Yeah.
So it's great to have you guys. We've been talking some very interesting stuff from before the camera started rolling, but let's let you guys into this world. Now, we had a very interesting input, something that happened or something we came across from during the week, and it was a very interesting conversation here. Not a conversation, but this person put this out. Talked about the fact that, let me just read this. Now, if you see what babes are doing to make men throw their wives and kids out of the house, you go cold. Stay prayed up, because it's a jungle out there. People are people are locking people's husbands in padlock and swallowing the key. Men too, if you love your life, stay faithful. She goes on to tell that they are actually making incisions in certain private areas and putting juju or juju inside. It reminds me of this whole Kayamata thing that everybody's talking about. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but let me be very, very open with everybody here.
Go ahead.
And everybody out there. And if you like, come for me.
Sure.
Even spiritually. I don't believe in stuff like this. If it has no academic backing or scientific proof for scientific or academic backing or scientific proof, I don't see how it is possible. It's not a thing that I can bring myself to believe in.
So I also don't believe in the whole Kayamata thing. But I know for a fact that we're in a world where this spiritual exists, right? So I know enough, even though I don't believe in it, but I know enough to let's just say, leave it as it is.
Did you see anything happen, like in your front? Did you witness it, like kuro, like they say? This happened, it resulted in this.
I haven't seen, but I've heard, right? And I've seen things that have happened. A man leaving his whole family, 5 kids, abandoning his wife
because the sex was.
I mean, I do agree with you.
Because of something. Come on.
I do agree with you. I do believe in the spiritual and all that, but sometimes it's just as little as being more literate with stuff like this. Nigerians, we jump to the whole village people thing. We don't actually settle down to table certain things. It's not every time it's spiritual. In as much as I do believe in the spiritual, sometimes it might just be, even if they're cutting certain parts of themselves to insert whatever they're inserting. Sometimes it might just be, an aphrodisiac that people don't know about yet. So you attach a spiritual thing to it. There's always an explanation to stuff like this, but I do believe stuff like that happens. But I feel if it was strictly Kayamata, it'd be more extreme, than what we're seeing. But
the thing is, here's the thing. This is something that has worked for a couple of women. That's why people believe that it's real. Whether you believe in it or not, there's the natural and there's the supernatural. So at the end of the day, it has worked for some people. So somebody can actually come out as a testimony, as an example, and say, this is what I did to get a man. I got the man, I'm in control of that man. But if it comes to a deeper explanation, there could be some scientific basis to it.
Aphrodisiac.
But like I
And the slimier it is, the better it
so
feels.
just because you don't believe
That's his theory.
because Zeno doesn't believe it doesn't mean it's not real or it's not true. These things are happening in people's lives and people are being controlled. It could be, like I gave you an instance of a story of a guy.
Yeah, tell that story.
Yeah, so there was this guy up north, he had 2 wives already, married a 3rd wife. The 3rd wife happens to be like an ex-call girl. So she used to do some crazy things to the guy.
Like what?
I don't know, I wasn't there. But she used to just do some crazy acts on the guy, some sexual acts. And the guy was wondering, he even told the first 2 wives that, are you women at all? That a woman can actually do these things? And he was neglecting the first 2 wives and concentrating on her because he was surprised that this kind of satisfaction could come from somebody of that nature. Now, you will not feel he was under some kind of spell or not. No, he hasn't experienced certain things.
Skill.
So from that experience, he just did. The other 2 wives were like, I believe this woman is using some kind of hold on him. No, you never got down on your knees and tickled his whatever. So it's that simple.
No,
if you do certain things,
I do agree.
there's a new experience some people can actually come into that you'll be shocked that, oh my God, this guy is acting this kind of way because he has experienced something new that he never experienced with you. So you can call it Kayamata or whatever, but there's some things, women have a certain control over men.
But would that be good enough to say, send the real wife packing, for instance, or abandon the children, for instance?
Women have started
But
wars.
that's over sex. I mean, look
Yes.
at Helen of Troy.
Exactly.
Come on, like wars have been fought. People,
Kingdoms have been abdicated.
I've been toppled for sex.
Brothers have gone sword to sword against each other.
Maybe Helen was on some kind of Kayamata.
Exactly.
It was Zeus's time, so that's...
So anything can happen. A woman can do so much. You have no idea the kind of power that they possess over men that are just weak to them. You can even take it back to Adam and Eve. Though Eve actually came to come and meet this guy and had said, I've consumed this forbidden fruit. And Adam could have said, you know what, you're your own.
No, but you know, it also said the fruit it contained the knowledge of good and evil, right?
Yeah.
And once you ate that fruit, your eyes will be open.
So let's say her eyes were open.
That's spiritual, right? That's spiritual.
How did we get here? What is this apple?
This is a conundrum.
This apple is not Kayamata.
It's all Kayamata, but there's an influence.
No,
There's
it's
an influence
just
women
to
have
say
over men.
that is that supernatural element that we can't overlook.
So it is safe to say that you can actually leave your family, like this person said. You can actually leave your family over good sex.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, I
don't think so.
I actually do think so.
Well,
I mean, it's not right, but I mean, it's a choice at the end of the day.
There is also the fact
people
that
can mess up catastrophically, but you know,
indeed. There's
Nah,
also the fact that people are actually making a killing out of this. They're actually making money out of this. People are selling Kayamata and telling people, that you can actually take other people's men. They're not exactly putting it that way, but they're saying that you can have a stronghold on people's men. My own definition is simple. It's simply skill. When you purchase this, they tell you how to use it in ways that perhaps you've never had sex before. That's one. Two, of course, let's use Okey's theory. The slimier it is, the better it is. Men are attracted to viscera.
another solution, another theory is maybe the reason why women buy into the whole Kayamata piece is because it's an easier outlet to actually getting to know and learn new things to spice up your relationship. Because let's be honest, if you can spice up your relationship, your man won't be going outside. In as much as some men will still want to go outside. That's also a solution. But that's easy. It's like telling you, okay, you just need to refer this person to, and you get 10 millionaire. Come on, that's an easier deal than going to work every day for 10 years.
Kayamata or no, it's not like as though I'm asking anybody to come and prove me wrong. I'm sure some people might like that.
You don't want to go there.
But I still don't believe
Careful what you wish for.
I don't believe. I think regular remedies would make your sex life as good as whatever it is they're selling inside of a bottle called Kayamata or whatever it is. Tell you what, let's take a break. We've got other topics and a very, very interesting main topic for today that I want you guys to join in on. You guys are going to find this very exciting or interesting, but we get to discuss it like men do. So stay tuned. We'll be right back inside of the Black Table. Welcome back, the Black Table here. Let's give you a very good welcome inside of our world right here. All right, so while we're getting inebriated, let's find out one very curious fact. Khalid, welcome back from the Big Brother house. Sorry you didn't win anything yet, but very interesting.
I won a certain ways.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But everybody has this question on their minds and nobody's asking it. Just exactly, please do let us know how much sex goes on inside a Big Brother house.
I mean, I don't think I go into people's rooms and looking under their sheets. Are you having sex? So, so I can't speak on that. I haven't seen any. So even after coming out of the house, I never really watched the show. So I'm oblivious to a lot of things, that are happening.
But we've heard some inside gist, that.
I mean, I've also heard
some corners.
People
I've heard, from some crew members, that there's some corners where such things happen. Like gray areas.
I don't think so, because given how the cameras are wired, like it's 360, captures every angle.
But so who expends all the condoms that you guys get every week?
I really don't know. I mean, I've been asked that question, like, where are the condoms going? And even in as much I've never counted them, I always see them increasing, not decreasing.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
Can't you believe this guy?
I do not believe you. Maybe they use it for balloons on Saturday.
The balloon,
that's okay.
But like you said, I've heard some things as well. Like, the thing is, what we watch on TV, most of the production crew choose to show us what we see on the screen.
Yeah.
So, just because, our culture, we don't want to be seeing sex.
Yeah.
It's almost like watching live pornography.
Yeah.
So they don't want to show those things on screen, so they don't. That means there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes. You never had sex in the house.
Yeah.
Given an opportunity to, if there were less cameras, would you?
No.
Why not?
Because of the cameras, or is that just not your kind of person?
It's just not my thing, Plus, consent is also key.
Yeah, they give you consent now, so that means...
I mean, I think at this point in my life, even if things could happen like cuddling and going deep into it, I wouldn't cross into sex. No, I have that much control.
That's very interesting. However, I do believe that the dynamics for Big Brother is changing as the years. I think it's a very different sort of feel now.
Yeah, it is. I think I think for previous years, the whole millennial factor, and for the fact that a lot of things weren't going on at that point in time when the show aired, so people had a lot of time to watch. But now you've got the whole election thing, plus everything that's going on. Plus this season was for Gen Zs. Yeah. So that fire, a lot of people couldn't relate to it, but the Gen Zs could. So in as much as it was a small demographic that was being hit, there's a couple of numbers still came up, but you can't compare
active demographic.
It's small, but they're really active.
Okay, I'll give it to you guys.
Yeah.
In conclusion, I'll just say that I just thought that you guys were more notorious than famous. I don't think
we are very,
famous
very notorious.
as the past sets, but maybe more notorious. I'll just put it so. You guys can be so. It's all good. In any case, let's step aside for a minute. We'll be back, top our glasses, and when we come back, we get into the main topic for today, which is something very eyebrow-raising. We'll be back. Welcome back. It's still the Black Table here. While we're doing damage to our drinks and everything, gang is there committing atrocities I do not know.
I'm telling you,
It was a mistake to put you behind.
I came here for the drinks. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm here for the drinks.
Oh, check this out, guys. So there is this thing I came across. Hey, Jude, do you want to check this? Are you a watch guy?
No, I'm not a watch guy.
Okay, look at that piece of gadget there.
Mm.
Okay, now I hear that it's very, very expensive. I don't know why, for the life of me, I would want to wear something like this.
Well, it's green.
It's emerald.
And I see some rotating.
It's elegant, but I don't see any functionality.
Oh no, it's got the time telling pieces in there, but it's just all aesthetics, if you ask me. It made me remember how much I had spent. I'm a watch guy. I love watches. Well, maybe not now, but much earlier in life. First money I made out of my using my voice, I actually used it for a watch. It cost me 10 years ago. It cost me 250,000 naira.
Wow.
Since then, however, I haven't spent that much on a watch. What's the most you spent on a watch since?
30K.
Just 30K.
Yeah.
You're a very modest guy.
A very long time ago.
You're a very modest guy.
I ain't got a watch on right now.
You're like the Gen Zs because they don't,
I don't do what I think.
Oh, he's not wearing a watch.
I think every watch I've gotten has been a gift. I don't buy watches. I think
real?
If I were to spend money on anything, it'll be shoes.
Shoes, yeah.
I mean, I'm a shoe person all
shoe
day.
guy.
Like coming here, I think I've said nice shoes more than 30.
Yeah.
I love shoes, and I actually know the brands, the mix, and what year. I'm a sneakerhead like that.
Gang, what are you, sneaker or watches?
I would say more sneaker than watches. For me, I just want to tell time. Watches have gone to that stage where it's not even about time anymore.
Yeah.
I've seen more like jewelry, accessories,
lifestyle,
branding. Nobody is like, because of the time you want to tell. It's basically bling bling on your wrist. So I would say I'm more of a shoe person because I found out that a lot of people concentrate. They look at you from
head to toe.
Yeah,
from toe to head. Some people head to toe or toe to head.
Yeah.
So I think shoes are very important.
I mean,
shoes actually tell a lot about a man's personality.
When people meet you, the first thing they look at are your shoes.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, well, I have to get my shoe plug to actually send me some more shoes. No, don't point at my shoes.
What are those?
They are nice.
They're nice. Regular stuff, but
but this is Chelsea boots.
Oh, leave my Chelsea boots. In any case, I beg, just leave them there. But I do like shoes, but I'd rather spend more on boots, and I mean biking boots.
I actually love boots.
Yeah, no, these kinds are just for biking. I spend a lot of money on those. Yeah,
You're a bike guy?
I'm a bike guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Fake knuckle chocolate.
I'm a car guy.
Yeah.
Car guy.
The only car I like is the 1967 fastback Mustang.
Ooh,
it's a beauty.
that's a good one.
That's
For you to even know those specs,
I didn't know, seriously.
details.
That's all right. We should hang out more. I'm more the
sure.
retro guy myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
one of the best
cars
cars I ever that I wanted as a kid, even up until now. I still find them very, very interesting to look at is the Barracuda, or Cuda for short.
Or the Stinger.
How
did we get from watches?
How
How did we get from watches to shoes?
He did it. He
to
said
cars?
he's a car guy. I mean, don't.
I mean, the 90s, from 70s to 90s had the best cars. Like, they had fun with technology.
Yeah.
I mean, everything just died down.
Right now, everything looks too much alike when it comes to cars.
Safe. It's too safe.
I don't even think any car from now will make it as vintage in 20 years' time.
It's just,
I'm sure we'll still be referring to the 70s as
I'll
vintage.
still be referring to the retros, the vintage cars will still be retro and vintage. 20 years from now.
If I had the opportunity to buy one car add it to my collection, a very small collection, and I had money to waste, it'll be the 1981 Honda Prelude. It's the one that started everything.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
it's a two-door. Yeah,
exactly.
Man,
So
with the glass there,
Exactly.
opening in
It was
front.
so
Yeah.
My mom had that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For real?
When we were younger. I always loved the way the lights came up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So cool. And
That's
those-
interesting.
those
That's
cars
interesting.
would
So we're
be
related here. We're related here.
But
That's
not
good.
back here though.
So tell you what.
Welcome, bro.
Let's keep that vibe going. Let's let you guys know what we're about to talk about for tonight, our main topic. Do stay tuned, and you can be a part of it as well. All you need to do is use the hashtag TheBlackTable on TVC. We'll get your messages in. But first, let's introduce you to the topic when we come back. And you're welcome back. This is the Black Table for a Friday night here. Interesting conversation going on with a man, and you are welcome into our world. That is, if you're not a man. Well, this is the only way you get to experience it. So tune in every single Friday night from 11 o'clock. All right, so got a main topic for you guys. Very interesting one. This happened over the weekend. I think it was an old video. However, it made its round all over again. There was an evangelist lady who was admonishing or advising young ladies of this generation to not kill yourself over your man and his polygamy or promiscuity. Saying that men, even from way back history and even in the Bible, and she goes on to quote, we're always meant to be polygamous. She told about David and a conversation David had with even God, and God said to him, "Did I not give you wives?" So from history, from the Bible, from everywhere, it is noted that you are supposed, I should say the holy books now, you're supposed to be, as a man, just normal as, polygamous. Now, it's whether we should just simply accept that and be promiscuous. Because she goes on to advise ladies, don't kill yourself. There was also another voice note which I shared with you earlier, where this man tells a story about a lady who caught her husband and his side chick, goes over to the side of the car with the side chick, slaps her. Side chick comes out, body slams the wife, who seems lifeless on the ground as at the time he left the scene. And he said, let's advise our daughters, don't kill yourself over a polygamous man. Men are supposed to be so. Are we beginning to accept this, that this is what we are?
I think what it is we just lack accountability, because even in promiscuity, every man should know that there are rules of engagement, stuff like this. If you want to get married to more than one wife, I mean, there should be communication, and how you do those things, there should be an agreement. And when you mess up, you need to tell yourself, I have messed up. Do not put it on the woman. Yes, you can react. Everyone has the right to react, but also you should know how you're reacting. Like the lady who did
lifeless. We don't know.
Aside from that one that was being life, the one that did the Fast and Furious thing, where she chased down her husband because she saw because that's an unfortunate outcome. She would be alive right now to handle her things better if she had known. So good and fine. You shouldn't overreact, but at the same time, men should not put their women in that position. Everybody should be held accountable.
You're from a polygamous home.
I am, yes.
Are you a polygamous person?
No, I'm not.
You don't.
Once I like someone, once I'm dating you, everybody else looks like yam.
Narf is that yam.
Like, I don't even see you. Like, it's not even like. That's the thing. It's not even about me. It's not like I'm trying to control myself, or it's just not
natural.
There. No, it's just not there. All I see is that person. It's just not there.
The truth of the matter, for me, if we were lower animals, right, I would say, we can make a case for the fact that men are naturally polygamous and promiscuous, right? Because we go around with a loaded gun.
Yeah, we're always
men carry
close to
might
get shot.
20 to 300 million sperm cells. That's what we carry around.
At any given time.
So
might get hurt.
There's just that natural urge, to disburse.
Let me come
here. You're right.
But at the end of the day, I think
gang on the scene.
I think we have that willpower to be able to say, we should to be able to say no.
It's all choice in the end.
Yeah, choice.
Yeah, it really is all choice. Like Khalid was saying, we're privileged as men to come out and say, if society gives us this advantage to just behave like idiots, to just, be swinging our thing around and doing as we please.
Tarzan boy.
But like he said, truth be told, is rules of engagement. If you decide to get married, marriage, if you're a Christian or whatever religion it is, marriage comes with certain rules and guidelines.
Yeah.
You're not getting married with the perception that I'm going to be unfaithful, that I'm going to cheat. So if you're going to get married, you need to stick by those rules that you have sworn to. If you don't want to stick to those rules, stay single and keep knocking all the people you want to knock around town and be polygamous, promiscuous, or however you want to be. Let's not use these things to justify bad behavior.
Exactly.
You get me? But then at the same time, like I know a story of a lady that this happened in 2017 in the area where I was living, where one guy in his car, he was with a female in his car. He was parked in front of one lady's shop. I don't know what the lady did, but he came out and slapped the lady that had the shop. What the lady now did was now go to the car, bring out the female he was with, and smacked her.
Oh.
So sometimes women do that thing a lot. You should have an issue with your man and not with the woman. Your man is playing games. You don't know this woman from anything. You don't know the lies he has told her to convince her that he's not with anybody, he's single or whatever it is. So take it up with your man and stop attacking the females that have no idea. I know of a situation whereby a lady felt I was this guy's wife, but he had another wife and another family. At the end of the day, it was who married who first.
Yeah, exactly. That's happened. I heard a story also.
So have the issue with your man, with your male partner, and don't take it out on another female.
At the end of the day, that person is the person that owes you that loyalty. Like you said, you don't know the amount of lies that he has told that person. So that person is working with the information that they had.
So I get it all. In fact, this is where it even started, because that lady seems to be advising other ladies. So it's a question of how do you attend to such a situation when it happens to you. And this is a reference. How would you advise a woman? Okay, fine, you caught your man cheating. What do you guys do? How do you address it personally?
I would say this day and age, I think one of the best skill we can acquire for ourselves these days is emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Because it's not about what happens to you, it's how you react. Settle down, process it, is it really worth it at the end of the day? And, just be calm and know how to. So I would say at the end of the day, you take it up with the person who wronged you, right? If a husband cheats on the wife, take it up with your husband.
Your husband, not the side chick,
because she's the extra body now, right? Take it up with him, and as adults try and
Personally, I've seen what anger can do. and how much power you can let someone have over you when you're angry.
Yeah,
because
at that point,
in time, they can mold you anyhow, any way. And it can set the narrative because you're the one that lost control. It doesn't matter if you are right. Once you've lost control, you've lost everything concerning that situation. So it's better to sit down, process, because if someone meets you with heat or a problem, something that's set to destroy you, and you're laughing about it, that's not the regular way to look at things. So you've put them off balance. Yeah. So you have more power. So it's better you sit, because you can't let yourself go because of someone who you were all right with before you even met them. So even after you will still be okay. So try as much as possible, in as much as, it's a reaction, and everyone has a right to a reaction, but you need to learn how to control the situation, because it will affect you. Look at this woman, the woman who chased down her, she's dead now. Yeah. Who knows if she had kids, and, because she didn't think about it rationally. And also, men should not put their women in that. People should not put their partners in that situation.
Yeah, because it's not just a man thing.
It's not just a man thing. It's not just a man thing. Because
you mean the anger bit?
Not the anger bit.
The
like
promiscuity
thing.
Because who are these men sleeping with?
Exactly. They're also sleeping.
I have a theory. Look at stats now. Who's going out with who? When you take a look at it, you find out that it is the older men who go out with younger women. I blame their generation. Because your generation have a knack for always hunting older men. You know about this. You're in the movie industry. They've come after you once or twice. Yeah. Madam, don't worry. It's a normal thing. He has not fallen. He will never fall. Yes. But it's a fact.
We shan't fall.
Yes, exactly.
We shan't fall.
We can never fall.
So it's a thing with their generation. I'm sorry we're making you.
No, actually, I do not disagree. Because there's
a culture shift.
We're so desensitized to so many things, especially things.
Your generation,
we're too bold, certain level. It's a good thing, but at the same time, it's a bad thing. It's just like the internet. You can't say it's all good at the end of the day, because there are things that we learn from there, and we don't know how to caution us. I think society has made certain things too
available. Yeah, information.
So,
internet, social media. Yeah. All of that and everything. But what does it take? As in, how you're not a lady, but maybe you interact with them. I'm sure that you perhaps maybe have been in communities where you've heard them talk about these things, like as if they're achievements after going after somebody's husband.
I've actually stumbled upon a group at one point in time.
There you go.
When I was younger, my guys were like, okay, there's this group of girls, that had girls and what they're talking about. And I was curious, add me to this group. I think he was disguised as a babe, so they didn't know.
I hope that's the only place is disguised as a babe.
I was like, bad guy.
I hope we don't find fingerprints of him like this.
So I got in, and what I was reading, I was scared. Now, at that point in time, I could have been like, okay, no, I'm not dating any babe, I just bought. And I just chose to, reinforce my mindset, know how to counter these things. But what I read, horrendous, man.
What does it take a babe or a woman to say, no, he's married, I want him? I still find it very, very difficult.
I think it's just a glow,
What glow? How?
There's a glow that comes to the fact that you're married. You just feel chilled.
Yeah, there's
no force, right? There's no force.
There's this element of, how would I put it? This guy's the complete package.
Yeah,
I want
in terms of responsibility, and instead of wanting something like that, you want that
exactly
thing.
Yeah.
There was something Zeno said earlier. Let's not confuse the Old Testament with the New Testament.
Yeah.
Their lifestyle, their way of living back then was a different thing.
Yeah.
Concubines and whatever it is that was happening. The New Testament is totally different. So sometimes women actually see it like you have the complete package. If you ask a woman in general to describe the kind of man she wants, they'll all describe the same thing.
Same person.
Tall, dark, handsome, whatever. So they don't want someone different. They want the package you already have.
Yeah.
Because it's laziness. Nobody wants to go and reinvent the wheel and say, I want to now create my own tall, dark, and handsome individual.
Exactly.
So
you have a guy that already has the full package. He's rich, he's wealthy, he's responsible, he has this, he can do this, he can take care of this. Why can't I just align myself?
It's just like business. Something has value when it can solve a problem.
Yeah.
And so you already see the men that can solve the problem.
I'll just align myself with that value.
Yeah, but for how long then? I mean,
for as long as they can get what they want out of it. A lot of them are just seeking material things. Nobody wants to take you from your wife unless they're that deep and now want to be your wife. But at the end of the day, they're really not trying to snatch you from your family. They just want to enjoy what your family is enjoying. Your family is enjoying money, material things. So why can't I get these material things? Why can't I get a phone, a car, and a house from this guy?
So that's playing on the nature of men as polygamous. So I think you're agreeing with that lady that men are polygamous and that they are available
I can say that because
for the dating.
I'm a man and that's all I'll ever be. Mm-hmm. You get where I'm coming from? And society allows me to mess around. Society tells me as a husband, you're going to cheat on your wife. You're going to face those temptations.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling
Even
the
the
wives,
ladies say that all men are the same.
Men are going to, now that you're married, men are going to come after you. Nobody's telling
Nobody
wives
tells them that, yeah?
Nobody's telling wives that you're married now. But they're telling men, now that you're a husband, women, it's not going to be easy for you. There'll be so many temptations. And then your sex life is another thing to question when you get married. You think it's going to be like this.
Let me tell you something. This is a very interesting story. We've veered into this, but we're all wearing our rings here, except Khalid.
These rings aren't...
Not that kind of ring. This is a special kind, yeah? These ones have meanings, yeah? But I remember one time I wasn't wearing my ring.
Yeah.
And my wife says, you must wear your ring. You must wear it. I'm like, babe, see, the truth is, when I wear this ring, that's when what you're afraid of actually happens.
Yeah.
Right.
Because once they see you in that ring, if you've experienced the gang, it's like, oh, okay, fine, he's married. Attack. Send in forces,
It's reverse psychology.
You know.
But I think men should do better. Should at least try to do better. So for me, it's a different case. When I wear my ring, it's a statement, right? So it works for me. When ladies see the ring, they just stare clear, and that works for me.
Oh, I'm going to add to that. So now, the thing about my ring, what it does for me, you've stated what it does for you, but what it does for me is a certain level of confidence, and it begets respect. From whether male or female, people, anybody, you walk into a place. I remember, since I ride bikes, people don't get to see this. I remember one time somebody was talking to me rudely because I was, all geared up and everything. And I took off it was a lady, and I took off my glove and, madam, I'm married, I'm not one of those riffraffs. And that kind of like doused the situation. So that's what it really does for me.
Right, yeah.
I don't know, gang, does it do that for you as well?
Now, there's something, it's a long story, but people might see it as an excuse. I wear my ring like, let's say 80% of the time. So sometimes you might catch me out without my ring just because I forgot it at home. It doesn't stay. You can see how loose it is. I had this phobia about a cousin of mine almost lost his finger because of a ring. So even when I'm not wearing my ring, although people that don't know me from a distance, when they see the ring, they can identify you. But I speak a lot about my wife. Even when I'm not wearing my ring, I make certain statements. I say certain things, and people will be like, "You're married?" I'll be like, "Yeah." But where's your ring? I'll be like, "Yeah." I don't want to give them excuses, but I'm telling you I'm married. I represent myself and my family, even though the ring is not on. There's a way you can just carry yourselves. There's sometimes you don't have to tell people you're married. They know. Ring or no ring, they know. And it's not every married couple that agree on wearing rings.
True.
If you study the history of how this ring came to be, it doesn't mean with the ring, doesn't mean you're not married.
You might not want to actually wear it when you study actually.
With or without, you're still married. It's how you carry yourself and portray yourself. And people will be like, this is a responsible individual. This guy's married or not. I know somebody that used to borrow, I don't want to mention his name, that in Abuja back then, he would say, dude, we'll be in a place, like, dude, give me your ring. And it was a magnet.
Exactly what
it was a magnet. You put on the ring and then you start forming as if, and it was attracting people to him. And I was like, are you serious? But you're not the married one. We are. So it's just something about married men that just attracts other people that are Now here's the problem. Women are looking for husbands. You're not supposed to look for someone's husband.
The thing is, I think these days nobody actually wants to put in the work to build.
They don't see the package and they want it.
For me, that's where the ring works because any responsible lady, I want to think, and I'm not judging anybody really, but you see a man wearing a ring, naturally you stay away. If I saw a lady wearing a ring, I'll stay away.
So that's the right? It doesn't work.
Yeah, so I'm going somewhere. So any lady who sees the ring and still decides she wants to go after that man, I think it goes a long way to tell about her character. And that should also give the man, that's a man who is trying to not be promiscuous, that should give the man an idea of the kind of person she is.
Now let me say this. Let me say this now, and I want you to get this. I feel more single women would attack a married person than single guys would attack a married woman.
Say that again. More
single women would go after a married man than single guys will go after a married woman.
I agree.
Yeah, well.
Actually, yeah.
You get me? There's just something about the package. When you see the total package, you see what you want. You don't want something similar. You want that very thing. He's already the rich guy. He's already Jay-Z, Bezos, or Dangote. I want that. I don't want what's like that. I want what's already confirmed. Oh, he can take care of another woman. He can raise children. Yeah. He has a house. He has a car. He already has everything I want. Let me just align myself with that. So at the end of the day, they go for what people already have instead of hustling their own. Because on a good day, they could simply take a single guy that might not yet be rich, but has the prospects of being rich, and just align themselves with him and become the couple.
So that work, they don't want to put in that work.
It's the laziness I was talking about.
You don't want to put in that work.
Lazy.
Easy access.
Let me bring it back to the initial topic we were talking about, this polygamy thing. Now, is it that there is a lack of perhaps maybe sexual activity inside a person's life that makes him want to go outside and find other?
That actually
is a factor. Is a factor.
That's a factor.
Wait, you say sex a factor? As a young man, hold on. Do you agree?
It's a factor, but it's deeper than that. I think as human beings, as men, we are such complex creatures. At some point, you want just the body. At other times, you want intellectual stimulation,
conversation.
Yeah, so it's not even about the sexual nature now of things that makes you move out. You know. It's deeper than that. I was I told you earlier that before I got married, maybe some like 5, 6, 7 years ago, all I wanted to do.
7 years ago.
No, I got married 5 years ago. So
okay,
that's
longer than that.
Like 10 years ago. Not even 10, probably 11, 15 years ago.
A very long time
A very long time ago.
That's accepted.
You know, all I wanted to do was just hit anything, you know.
Got a slit in the middle, he's hitting it.
But now, my brother, oh God.
You're not moved to. It's not so like, you're like,
you know. So,
it's not so, for me, sex, especially inside of marriage, sex, it doesn't become, initially maybe it would be about sex, but after that you're like, I would rather just sit inside of my living room with my wife and my daughter away and just enjoy our company. So I'm still confused as to perhaps maybe why it might be a factor for people to want to be polygamous and go outside and look for more, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, because at the same time, I get where you're coming from, because your relationship can never be founded on sex, because even as married people, as you guys can testify, there's not always sex there. It's how you and your partner can be together without the sex, the conversations, the hanging out, the gist, the communication. If all it is about sex, and that sex will reduce, it will fail, it will depreciate, it will go down.
Somebody said this, if you had a jar and you put a marble inside a jar before you get married, for every time you had sex, you put a jar, it's going to get full. And then when you get married, you take out a marble for every time you have sex. That thing's going to be there for years.
Now, why I say sex is also a factor, because I feel people have lost the art of conversation. Because if I've gone to places, my friends, and because I don't know, for some reason, we always run into people like this, and the guy is dropping bars for
Who do you hang out with?
Yeah,
well, go on.
Like I'm an artist, so always go out to seek out jobs, paint. So run into people, and that's how I built my my network and my conversation skills. Meeting different people. So there's always that one guy that is dropping bars for a B band. You just be like, how did a full sentient human being come up with this slacking line? And you can't hold a conversation these days. And when they actually meet a normal person who is supposed to, know how to, or rather who knows how to have a conversation, so that person is normal, but because they haven't seen that in a while, that person looks extraordinary to them. So I feel the art of conversation has, left the room. So people delve into sex, and they see people as sexual partners. They want to get married. So once that sex dies off now, they're like, okay, now they're seeing the person there. What's left?
Now, while we're still on the topic of conversation versus sex, married. Let's play a small game and take poll here. How long have you gone without sex inside of your marriage?
I can't relate.
I know, right? How long? And be very honest.
There's a way I can check. I know I think they call the cycle is for most is 29 days. So I would say about maybe 3 weeks.
So yours is based on the cycle, not based on anything.
No, it's just a parameter to know how long I've stayed.
3 weeks.
You know,
You're married for 5 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Gang,
Wow.
let's all take a drink before you answer.
Drum roll.
I really wish we could go to commercials, right?
Drum roll.
No, here's the thing. I've been married for almost what? This is getting on 12 years.
Yeah.
Getting on 12 years. There've been times when I would say what? I always was telling myself when I was getting married that a week shouldn't pass by, 7 days, unless it's that time of the month. You know, but I've gone to as long as, 2 months?
2 months.
2 months thereabout. And so, trust me, some Lagos girls started looking nice at the time. 'Cause I felt I was being deprived of something that I want.
What was the reason why you were, away from sex?
No, sometimes some people feel as if once you're married, you just have access to sex 24 hours.
Yeah.
Whenever you want it, it's like your beck and call. No, consent is still involved. So your wife needs to want to have sex with you. And if she says no, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it if she doesn't want it, or maybe you guys are coming off an argument or a fight or some kind of quarrel or something, and she's just saying, and then sometimes, like I said, young people might feel as if we're in the mood now. When you grow up, you'll be like, all of these things, what's the big deal?
Oh, jeez.
What is there?
Do
you understand? That's when you realize that sometimes a cup of tea can be as good as just chilling.
Yeah.
Having peace of mind.
Exactly.
And breeze. It's good enough for you.
I think it's so, what I say, weird, but finding someone who is intellectual as a partner is, I think it's the best thing that can happen to someone, to a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
Because you see, there's depth to that really. You see, there are topics. Have you ever had a conversation with someone where you don't know where it's going to, but it keeps on going?
Yeah.
There's always something new. There's no ending.
It's kind of like, there's no consequence for the conversation. There's no reason for it, real reason, but it's just
there.
Yeah.
You know that when you're bored.
And you know the funny thing that you should say that. For most people who step outside of marriage and are regarded as polygamous, I think there's that spark, there's that thing that they lose. That thing they lose inside their marriage, that is it.
Yeah.
That little someone to laugh at your silly jokes or just say, oh, gang, stop it, Jerry,
You know, to compliment you.
It is very important to laugh at your husband's joke, no matter how dry
the little
it is.
things.
Those little things. Once they start to fade or erode, they start. If somebody outside says, they...
Exactly. In as much as I don't support cheating and all that, I mean, people don't really look at the guy's part sometimes when it comes to cheating,
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? Part of the problem is, you see, when younger people are dating, people just feel as if as a young person that's single, when I'm dating, sex is in the equation. No, you don't have to. Sex will come later.
Yeah.
Be able to have a relationship or communication
outside
with somebody where sex is like but people want to have all the benefits of marriage
instead of
while they're single.
The problem with that, they think of that process in its most ambiguous form. Sometimes when you have that connection, it doesn't even need to take time. Just you need to be open to it. But everybody is just like, they want it so quick. So you could take a day. I've seen people who have taken a day and they've gotten to know, and they've got to see that, okay, this is the person I want to be with. You just have to be open to it. And you see the whole, when a guy cheats now, it might just be because a babe told him, I like the way you smell.
Yeah.
As simple as, he'll be like, I haven't heard this in a while.
Very minuscule attention is all that it takes for some people to just step
because
up.
It doesn't really take much to make a man happy.
To tell you what,
Let's be very
interesting.
honest.
I'm wondering if anybody out there has the same opinion. You can be a part of the show if you send in a message using the hashtag TheBlackTable on TVC. Across all our social media platforms, we are at TVC Connect on all of them. So let us know what you think on this conversation here. Are men naturally just polygamous, or is there anything you can do to fix us? We're okay here. Everybody here. We're good.
I'm okay.
Yeah, you're good.
I believe so.
He is the most faithful man in
the
Lagos.
most faithful man in Lagos.
Yes. So do stay tuned. We're coming back. It's the Black Table. And you're welcome. If you were with us, we have had a very, very interesting conversation. And while the cameras were off, a different show actually happened. But now that we're back here, we'll try to bring you guys up to speed. Please, Khalid.
Yes, brother.
Define PNC.
Okay, PNC, that's post-nut clarity.
You guys, hey, get ready to get schooled. What is post-nut clarity?
So basically, as a guy, when you're done, and that realization after you've PNC'd, you get that clarity. That clarity, and you're like, at that point in time, you just feel like a shitty person.
What? Gag, you have some
That's
experience.
why you say,
No, but
never go into battle with a loaded gun.
No, exactly. When you make 1 billion, next time you make 1 billion naira, first of all, make sure that you hit.
Make sure you ejaculate.
Babes always ask, why is it that after sex, guys, just act very withdrawn and all that? It's not like
it's the clarity and the guilt.
It's the clarity and the guilt.
Yep. Yep. That's the clarity that comes. See, there's a lot of pressure you put on yourself when you want to engage in sexual activity with a woman. And then once you're done, which is just a couple of minutes or however long it takes, your head clears and you'll be like, what just happened? What did I just do? Did I have to do this or not? So there's just so much testosterone, there's so much stuff built in your system. They're like, I need to get this out of my system. And after it happens, you have that moment of clarity that if I had known.
I saw this funny tweet a while back. So it was one of these questions. What if you get $10 billion now? What would you do? Then there's this guy's comment that stood out. I laughed so hard. He said, first of all, I need PNC. So I'm going to jack off, get PNC to actually spend this money because I got the thing straight. I laughed so hard.
It is very true. We're laughing about it now, but there is such a thing, ladies. Actually,
people don't know this. There's
real.
There's this guilt. There's this guilt that comes
because
with
I always think, guys are just asses and they've used you, but sometimes it's just that guilt. You're just in your head.
I think wives should take note. If you want your husband to actually tell the truth or be very clear on something, you should just set him off on one, and then he'll divulge anything. But tell you guys what, let's see what everybody out there is talking about. Public opinion right here. We've got some messages in using the hashtag TheBlackTable on TVC. Outlook.com says Mazino and the gang Kayamata is real. You guys is real. That's how I got the man I... Wait.
Wait. What?
That's how I got the man I have at the moment, and he is giving me everything I want from a fuck, she says.
Oh, come on.
Please, the handle is outlook.com. Please be on the outlook for this handle. Do not cross paths because you also might be stolen.
The sad thing,
honesty.
The sad thing is that if that's how you got the man you're with through some supernatural means or juju or whatever,
how are you going to keep him?
It doesn't last forever.
There's always
how are you going to keep him?
And how are you sure someone is going to get your man that same way? So it's like,
to understand exactly, it's not going to last forever. They're going to have to do other things to keep it going.
Yeah, exactly.
When the guy wakes up one day and realizes this was never real.
It's like asking a genie for a wish. There's always a bite.
There's always a bite,
You're always going to get bitten at the end. So, outlook. Be on the outlook yourself. Jude Williams says, Mazino, please help me tell gang that I married my side chick wife, just having her bang my brains out. So, he married his wife just because she banged his brains out. So that's...
well, here's the thing.
His side chick wife. He married
so she was a side chick.
He was a side chick, yeah.
Who got promoted.
Wow. Here's the thing. Wow. If the only reason why you're with her is because she banged your brains out, how long is
it's not going to last.
Your brains out?
It's not going to last.
When she stops banging your brains out, some other female will bang your brains out and you move on to that. How long do you want to keep the cycle going?
Yeah.
There's just so much more required, to keep.
Esther says, her handle is nice. Esther says, what are you men even saying? One woman is not enough, Abi. May God punish you people. We did not say.
One woman is enough. We didn't say one woman is enough.
We're just talking about all sides.
One woman is enough.
You need PNC.
No, but here's the funny thing. I think PNC also applies to females because some people, if they actually if they do climax orgasm or not or whatever it is, there's some clarity that should come with it.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. What she's saying, I can relate. But like we were saying earlier on, the stress of one woman is so much that why would you want another?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Why would you want another?
To be very honest, I've never understood the concept of
having more than
one woman or cheating.
It's just so much stress.
One, I think before I even got into the house, I always tell my having a girlfriend stuff. I tell people I can't ditch you because having one person, like catering for another person's emotions, because people can be selfish.
Yeah.
You know, people can be selfish, and they will reflect, you know, all their happiness and everything to you. They put you on, and that's a selfish thing. I'd rather be happy on my own. You be happy on your own. Then we be happy together, but separately, individually. So, like, why would I go through all that stress with one person? Then. Aside that, the whole secrecy, like, you see me, I don't know how to
juggling all of those.
You're
gonna miss one ball one time.
The only way it works, and that is even difficult, is if everybody knows, everybody in the equation knows that, okay, I'm with these 5 other ladies, so you can be at peace. But even that on its own.
Exactly. If everyone knows, that's
but even that on its own.
Be hiding and
keep up with a lie. Let alone much more than one.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're a very different breed of Big Brother people, by the way. I just wanted to say that.
Yes, you have sense.
He has sense.
Wow.
He has sense as a Big Brother person.
Yeah.
You're
it's not all about Instagram for him. That's grand. It's good.
This sense doesn't cut across.
Wow.
Yeah, we said it. all right, we got more. That was Esther says, Alhaja Bazooka. Anticipate. Says, may they never use Kayamata on you or Mazino. God, please, may they never.
Amen, bro.
Because you will become Mumu for the most random girl. I still think Kayamata is just some aloe vera and dark dye.
Do not fight with the powers
Kayamata
that you do not know.
Aloe vera and
This
dark
show
dye.
is brought to you by Kayamata.
The powers you do not know, Zeno, let it
Sponsored.
be. Just because it doesn't happen in your world doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I see, and what you don't know won't kill you. What I don't believe in won't kill me. You know, that's the point.
Or it can kill the people around you.
It's just belief. It's just
doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
Die.
Is that the song? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
What doesn't kill you sometimes will cripple you?
Make you want to die. It won't
Endless love here says, let's face it, no man is truly faithful. Even the faithful ones have stuck their genitals in a chick before. Has stuck their genitals in their minds, in a chick in their minds. Meaning you haven't done it, but you've thought about it.
I mean, I feel that person needs.
She ends it by saying it's a Panshin world.
The Panshin, I'm sorry.
I
think she speak for herself though.
Yeah.
But she has a point.
No, she should speak for herself.
She has a point.
Okay.
No, I'm going to talk
let's hear
Bible terms now.
Go ahead.
He was talking about the Old Testament and New Testament. You know, the New Testament says, if you think about it at all, you've done it, right? So maybe that's what that person is talking about. I know.
Let's be practical about it.
I have a problem with that.
Yes, it's impractical.
Thinking about it, sometimes, especially if you're like in the media like some of us are, and you know, you can see the Beyoncés, the Riri's, you know, in the Nollywood scene. I don't want to mention names because we're in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So you can get me just because you've had that thought. As a man, you fantasize about certain things, but you can't make me feel guilty
for fantasizing.
Of fantasizing with people that I most likely will never be.
I mean, we're human. We're bound to stray, but as long as you don't act on it, I mean, I don't count.
If
I think of killing a person, does that mean I'm a murderer?
So sometimes I'm like this, and my mind is beginning to stray. I just
It works?
I said, no, it works.
Oh, wow.
And my wife even knows. So she said, what were you just thinking about? I said, no, it's something else. I was thinking about stealing some millions.
If she used that against you, like, I know you're thinking about this and I hate you for it.
Well, so that's the thing. Like he said, he likes to put all his cards on the table. Mm-hmm. So she knows the person I am, you know. I admire girls where she is, and we joke about it. I say, man, that girl is beautiful, right? So she knows it's just there, right?
Okay,
so she can't.
Good relationship.
One thing, real quick. I've always had this issue, and I've asked this question. This is the first time I'm making it public. Why is it that it's only when it comes to sexual acts that you would say, once you think about it, you've done it? Why don't they say, what if I thought about stealing a car? Does that mean I've stolen the car?
Hence why I say it's impractical.
It's called Minority Report, by the way. Minority Report.
I get where I come from.
Real quick, gang.
I think of killing Zeno. Does that mean I've killed him?
Yep, I don't.
But once I think about sleeping with some girl,
you've
done it. Oh, you're guilty. You've done it. And I'm like,
on that note, let me let you know. Somebody here says a big shout out to you. Ludazu says big shout out to Gang Man. He keeps it real every single time.
He does.
Shout out to you too.
Well, that's a nice one. Good one. Listen, we'll just have to bring the show. You know, your drink is finished anyway. I've still got a ways to go. But in any case, before we end, I'd like to give a tip of the week. And the tip of the week actually comes from Gang today. Gang, you were telling us earlier about
you guys are
the do's and don'ts.
The do's and don'ts. The
rules of engagement.
The rules of engagement.
You're putting me on the spot. Okay, here's the thing. I was saying basically, never, ever be involved with your partner's friend. Whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, or whoever, never be involved with your partner's friend. It'll come back and blow you in the butt. Never ever be involved with your neighbor or anybody in your neighborhood.
Or the girl down at the supermarket.
Exactly. Never be involved with somebody like that. Also, if it doesn't end up in marriage, never be involved with a coworker.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're not going to take it down the aisle, don't bother getting into it.
Basically, don't shit where you eat.
Exactly. Don't shit where you eat. That's it.
Deep.
It's deep, bro.
I mean, hey, listen, I can't say it any better. Thank you very much, Gang. Thank you very much, Mr. Jude. Thank you very much, Khalid. It's been a good one.
We're going to talk about cars later.
We have to, man. We have to, especially vintage ones now, don't we?
Bro.
It's all good. And you too, actually.
Yeah.
You know? Listen, guys, thank you very much. Do remember now, this happens every single Friday from 11 o'clock at night. It is the Black Table. Want to say thank you for joining us. We'll catch you guys again next week when we'll come back around. Bye-bye, everybody.